Hey everyone. So, we are, give me one moment here. Alright, here we go. So, yeah, the Shinbreakseven here, I'm gonna go ahead and do some commentary for Seiya as he finishes up this run here. And he is defeated the first 3 fiends. He picked up an item called the Rosetta Stone, the second shrine, that he used to learn a language from Dr. Une. He can be using that to go visit this village of Elfheim to get the key to enter the next dungeon. On his way down here, there are the Minotaur zombie encounters. Anything with the Minotaur zombie, he has to fight. It's an unrunnable encounter, which means an encounter that's just flagged where you are not allowed to run from underneath your shark team, so you have to fight the battle. Otherwise, we're going to try to run from most of these battles. And this is kind of the last long walk of the game. Here in Elfheim, there are a small chance of getting blocked by NPCs like that, but that wasn't too bad. He's going to go ahead and teleport out of here and work his way back up through the forest and go to confront Tiamat in the... first he's going to go through Mirage Tower, then to the Flying Fortress. So actually right now Seiya is on a really strong pace. We're going to see what kind of time he gets, but it's going to be very, very, very strong. Unfortunately, getting another Minotaur zombie encounter here, but he already had the Judgment Staff queued up on his Black Mage. So some people in chat have been asking about what the differences are between Final Fantasy I PSP and the original. There's a lot of them. From some little quality of life improvements, in addition to the graphics. You know, if you're in a store, you can buy multiple items at once. You have to go through one at a time. The ability to increase your magic point pool without visiting an inn or a town or anything. And big thing, there is a magic point pool. You don't have just the set number of uses per spell level. Now, casually, that's much more important than it is actually in the speedrun. The speedrun, we don't use spells that often. We'll use Hilara a lot in the last battle and sometimes between battles, and teleport a few times. We've already done that, all we're going to though. And we'll use haste in the last 2 battles of the game. For the most part, we're relying on an equipment glitch that is exclusive to the PSP version. Every weapon and every armor in the game has an internal game designation number. And if you are on, say, we're just going to use the first equipment glitch that we did at the very beginning of the game as an example, with the hammer. Let's say the hammer is item number 1, and the knight's armor is armor item number 1. If you're on a character's weapon slot, select the menu to pick their weapon. While paging over to a different character's armor slot, it brings up the item IDs, in that case number 1, as your available armors. So that allows us to glitch and change weapons into armors we're usually not allowed to have. So at the very beginning of the game, we get used to use ice armors. Later in the game, we used it to get everybody barbarian swords, which are just this post-game super-duper weapon, which allows us to one-shot most enemies in the game, including several bosses. And it will also allow us to, all but 2 bosses in this game are possible in the 80% route to be killed in a single cycle. Tiamat 2 and Chaos. You need multiple rounds. So that's the big thing that saved us a lot of time in this game. So Seiya's working his way up through the Flying Fortress here. This has a fairly high encounter rate, but he's actually getting pretty good luck on it. And on this next floor, we have a slight chance of running into a special friend. Let's see what happens. So first we gotta deal with these air elementals. Air elementals you can run from. They're the only elementals you can, other than some very specific water elemental battles. But they are generally difficult to run from, so sometimes people just choose to attack them if it's a small crowd. We're healing up before the Tiamat fight because he can cast a Thunderbolt spell that, if you're not full health, can wipe out your party. And as you can see, he has taken care of Tiamat. So the Tiamat defeated. All 4 fiends are now defeated, and we're going to work our way over to the Chaos Shrine to confront the final boss. So you may notice that there's a little cutscene after each of the 4 fiends. Those are just opening bonus dungeons that are not in the original game, where you would actually normally get some of these overpowered items we're using. Fortunately, we don't have to visit them to get our crazy awesome items. But we would visit them in the all bosses category of the game, which is a lot of fun. The bonus dungeons are pretty neat. They have some enemies from other Final Fantasy games. We enjoy them a lot. So as you walk into the Chaos Shrine, it's actually where you began the game. It's also where you're going to come in the game. And you see, when you walk back in, you see this guy kind of walks off and opens this secret door. Now, when you're playing this game casually for the first time, if you haven't played the original, you might think, okay, that's where I need to go to finish the game. That's actually the path to a very difficult bonus dungeon. You actually just walk up to the crystal to end the game here. So here in the Chaos Shrine, it's where a lot of races can swing. This one obviously isn't going to, because I had some very bad luck early on, and not perfect execution, honestly. But there are a lot of unrunnables here, and they can cost you a lot of time. These white dragons are interesting. You can usually run from them, but they do, if you fail to run, they can be very, very dangerous, because they have this ice storm attack they're doing right here. And if all 4 of them do it, that can party wipe you, especially if you're not already at full health. So Seiya right now is on a really, really good pace. It's usually 10 to 11 minutes from the end from this next mini-boss, so he might PB out of this, actually. And like Leona says, the steel gloves, which you can buy at Melmond, is the quickest place to get them. Barbarian sword. You can actually get them, I believe, in Astos' castle. If you go back there and go check a chest once you have the Mystic Key, but it's quicker because you don't have any bosses or any required fights between defeating Astos, between getting Mystic Key and visiting Melmond. It's quicker just to go to Melmond and buy them, especially since we get free money through the equipment glitch. So these dragon zombies are also an unrunnable encounter, but overall, so far he's had a pretty good first couple of floors of the Chaos Shrine here. He's coming up on what I like to call the White Dragon floor. You have the potential for lots of white dragons, but also a lot of purple worms, which are unrunnable. Alright, now we're on the first of the 4 refight floors. There's one for each element. So this is kind of the earth floor. At the end, you have a spike tile, which is a guaranteed encounter tile. It's actually 4 of them in this case, where you would fight Lich. So it's going to be Lich was the first fiend that we fought, and in both cases is the beginning of the game and the end of the game the most dangerous of the 4 fiends. At the beginning of the game, you could cast Blizzara, which would one-shot your party. Here, he can cast Flare, which can also kill your whole party if you're not fully healed, and even then, can be pretty bad. So a lot of people safety save before Lich 2 here. Dude, you're asking about any bad things about using the wrong slot, other than the shield animation crash, which can happen if you have a non-shield item in the shield slot and it cannot call up an animation if you parry. No, there's not really any downside to doing it. There actually is, with the White Mage, we actually have specifically her armor she's using right now, the Lordly Robes. We very specifically do not have on her armor slot, because if it's on your armor slot, it casts Regen, which gives you a hit point boost every turn, and we don't want that animation time. So it gives her a magic boost, but we actually keep it off of her armor slot very specifically to avoid that animation. We're just lucky that the ribbon, which we currently have in our shield slot, for some reason has a parry animation, which is great because the ribbon, in addition to making us immune to stats effects like in other Final Fantasy games, also gives us elemental damage resistance, which is very important for the final boss. He has lots of strong elemental attacks. So that fire flow worked pretty well. Meryl is going to go down pretty quickly here. You'll see that the Black Mage is casting Haste on the ninja. Haste in this Final Fantasy, instead of making you get a turn quicker per se, what it really does is it basically doubles the amount of hits you get in on an attack. So it effectively doubles your physical damage. The Kraken floor is usually the most frustrating because of the water elementals. It's an unrunnable encounter, and there's a very high chance of getting them. A lot of races flip on this floor. Oh, and then he gets an unfortunate ambush from this battle. It's not usually a bad battle, but the ambush is going to make it take some extra time with 9 enemies getting an attack before he even gets the opportunity to run. Yeah, Seiya has an insane pace going on right now. I feel less bad about my run the more I see this, because this is almost certainly going to be the top time of the tournament so far, unless things go really badly. These water elementals do not help him, though. Oh, he got a good haste off that time. He cast haste before the ninja went, so on the first turn the ninja got 14 hits in instead of 7. So it was an easy one cycle on Kraken. I think that might be the major reason that makes the Lust Dagger strat that he's using worth it. It gives a better chance of his Black Mage going first. It's especially important for here on the Tiamat fight because it'll basically guarantee a 2 cycle. Sometimes you end up with a 3rd cycle. Now, it looks like his ninja and his Black Mage, he's probably going to want to go ahead and Giant's Tonic both of them, especially the ninja. The Giant's Tonic and the item we picked up earlier, in case we didn't have enough hit points when we reach the final boss to survive some of the super attacks, even at max health. So the Giant's Tonic will, for the duration of 1 battle, increase your hit point pool by 200 points. So it's important for the final boss here. Yeah, Leonis, I'm not doing any, making any predictions there. I don't want to curse anything. But this is a heck of a time. He's going to go ahead and put the Barbarian Sword on the Black Mage here for the final battle as well, as give the White Mage a golden staff and remove her speed items. You want the White Mage to go last every battle in the final dungeon here. In the final battle, every turn you need the White Mage to go last. That way she always heals after Chaos's damage. The Golden Staff and the Lordly Robes give her enough magic that using Healara, a kind of low-level group healing spell, should let you keep up. I'm going to go ahead and Giant's Tonic this first turn so that the Ninja and the Black Mage get improved hit point pools. And every turn, for the first 3 turns, he's going to be casting Haste on his characters that will be doing physical attacks later in the battle. Okay, it looks like he's going to go ahead and risk not Giant's Tonicking the Black Mage, which over 250 hit points is probably safe. Alright, so the spells we don't want to see from Chaos are Tsunami and Cyclone. They usually come back to back. They take a long animation time and they deal a whole lot of damage and can potentially one-shot or as Black Mage. Blizzaga we don't mind seeing at all. That's an easy one. So far he's having an excellent Chaos fight. All right, we're going to want to retime this because depending on the live split, how it started, that is within a second of the world record. That is absolutely incredible. Yeah. The world record is 125.35. This is 125.36, and on a race, sometimes live split isn't quite right. So we're probably going to want to go through and retime this run. Wow. Seya, if you're there, if you want to hop in on voice, if you can, talk to you for a minute about how this run went for you and how it didn't for me. Oh yes, it is a heck of a PB. But yeah, that was something truly special. I actually kind of don't mind that I wiped and had to drop out earlier because I got to watch that live. That was something really, really cool to see happen. Yeah. So find out if Say is going to be able to hop in here. So yeah, as other people are saying, it looks like the tsunami animation may have cost him the world record. But that okay, looks like Say is not going to be able to come in for an interview. With that being said, I want to give a huge congratulations to him. I feel a little better about my bad luck because there's no way I would have gotten that good time in any circumstance. So I feel less bad about how rough my run went. Just getting to watch that. Unfortunately, I'm out of the tournament, but Seiya is going to move on, and he's going to be up against Ud Sigma next. Ud Sigma is the world record holder, so their race is going to be tomorrow morning early, looks like. We don't have an exact time yet, but it's going to be the people with the 1 second split between their world record and number 2 up against each other in a race tomorrow. So that is going to be super, super exciting to watch. Later on today, we're going to have another Final Fantasy race on the schedule, followed by a whole lot of stuff today, actually, on the schedule for speed gaming. So make sure to stick around. There's going to be a little bit of a gap, but then we'll have a lot more showing. I want to thank Feasel for hosting us, for doing the restreaming, and thanks Speed Gaming for hosting us. And I really want to thank Seya for racing me. I've had a great time in this tournament. If anyone hasn't learned this game, do it. It's super easy to learn and run, and a lot of fun to race. And yeah, the losers bracket does look very scary, Nikki. But everyone, you have yourselves a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll be back a little later.